Hello, 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 hello. Okay, speakers working, microphone is also working, video. Mhm. Video, mirror my video. There. Adjust for moment, Photoshop appearance, original HD. Okay, that's good. Click. Okay. Okay, so we have 8 minutes. I have an interview with an Australian client. This is for a marketing automation role. The client I found through Upwork. I submitted my application, I think on the 4th of June, and today is the 9th. Dapat yung interview ko was scheduled on the 12th because that was the schedule that I chose. Pero the client decided to move the schedule to an earlier date. So yun at 4:30. So I have about 8 minutes before the interview. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to browse the website just to prepare myself, to familiarize myself with their brand and also what they're looking for. And the interview is scheduled for 15 minutes, so I'm going to record the whole interview and then I'm going to post this also later. Yeah, so again, this is for a marketing automation position. The software or the application that they are using is Go ahead. Okay, so wish me luck. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Pero start ko na yung recording kasi mamaya baka hindi ko na ma-start once the interview begins. And I'm also going to open the meeting link. So I'm not going to record the client who's interviewing me due to privacy reasons. I don't want to record a person who doesn't know that she's being recorded. By the way, I'm interviewing with the founder of the company, so I'm not also going to say the name of the company, again, for privacy reasons. Yun. So, since I'm wearing my headset, you will be hearing only me. You will not be hearing the client at all. Pero I'll try to capture as many questions as I can, and then maybe I'll just create a transcript or whatever so that you can follow how the interview or the flow of the interview. But it's 1 minute before 4:30, so I'm going to launch the meeting now in case there are any problems, in case I need to set up my camera and all that. So our meeting is a Zoom meeting. So hopefully I have a cheeky pie camera. I've had this like I don't know for so many years now. Should replace it with an HD camera, but here we go. Okay, Zoom is starting, waiting for the host, which I can test speaker and microphone. Wait now, it's 4:30, I'm waiting for the host to start the meeting, so wish me luck. So disclaimer lang, there might be some answers in my interview that are not exactly accurate, so please don't count for me. Pero ang goal ko is, as we are watching the video, there are some gaps there where the interviewer was asking the question, which I did not record for privacy reasons. So during those gaps, I will try to explain what the question was as much as I can remember it, and also give the reasoning behind my answer and see if I could have said, or if I could have answered the question differently, that will result in a much better answer. So let's watch the video. Hello, Daniel. Hi. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Daniel? Yeah. Yeah. D. Okay. Hi. How are you? Application. So regarding me asking the interviewer if I was pronouncing my name correctly, I think I do that out of habit kasi in my line of work, I usually deal with people with different nationalities, and often medyo mahirap i-pronounce yung name nila or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so I would ask that. And I think it's a nice gesture, especially for example for me, it would be nice if someone cares enough that they are pronouncing my name correctly. So I'm just kind of trying to establish the connection here, trying to make the interview less formal, especially if I can address her with her name. But how I would do this differently, maybe because her name is not that difficult to pronounce. It's quite common actually. Maybe I should have asked her how I would like or how she would like me to address her instead of asking her name, how to pronounce her name. That's another way of doing that, especially if, for example, if the name is like maybe John or Jane, which of course you don't need to ask if you're pronouncing it correctly. So yeah, that's just my way of trying to establish that connection with her. I live in Cavite, so it's in the outskirts of Manila, if you're familiar with the capital. Okay, so here she was asking where I live or where I live in the Philippines. And based on that question, I get the sense that she's familiar with at least the Philippines, the country Philippines. And in my answer, I mentioned Manila. So the reason why I mentioned Manila is because often, because I'm not sure how familiar she is with the different locations or different regions in the Philippines. So usually, di ba, when you mention a country, you immediately think or yung unang city na medyo familiar ka is the capital. So I'm just trying to see if I'm just trying to give her like an idea where I am. If she's familiar with the capital, then I told her that I live like in that Cavite is like in the outskirts of the capital, so she will have an idea of my proximity to a place or a location that she's familiar with. So this is also one way of me trying to establish that connection and trying to relate to whatever knowledge she has of the Philippines. Yes, I can. So here she was sharing her screen, and that's why I said I can, because she was asking me if I can see her screen. And then she was showing me a diagram of their tech stack, so all the applications that they're using. And then she asked me if I'm familiar with their website. So it's always a good rule of thumb before your interview to try to research about the company or the organization or the client that you are going to interview with, so that you have information about their brand or their company. So here, I think I was before the interview, I sent her like an intro video about me, about my skills, and how I would relate my skills to their brand. So I did some like light research, and I found one of their website. Pero hindi ko na-realize there's another website. A good thing before the interview, na-realize ko, okay, they do have another website because they offer a different service pala. So that's why I told her na I realized that there is another website. So I don't think there's anything that can be improved here, but it's just I think like what I said, a good rule of thumb to make sure that before your interview you research about the client or the company or the organization that you're going to interview. Yes, I look at both. Actually, the first during when I created the video, I only found the academy website. But then, as I was browsing through the academy, I realized you have another website, which is the skin clinics. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I think she was explaining how they are using the different systems that they have and how they are working with them, something like that. But what I want to highlight here is that if you notice, I was squinting my eyes, and at some point I adjusted my eyeglasses and I was leaning closer to the monitor. The reason for that is because I think she's using a large monitor screen. So when she shared her screen, medyo, because she has a diagram. She showed me a diagram, and it's like boxes, and each boxes represents the applications or the systems that they are using. Pero maliliit yung labels, medyo maliit, medyo mahirap basahin. And that's why I was leaning closer to my monitor screen, is just also adjusting my eyeglasses and squinting my eyes. So in this case, kung ganon yung sitwasyon, it's okay to ask them politely if they can enlarge the screen or enlarge the screen so that you can see better, because it's much better that you understand what the interviewer was showing you rather than try to guess. So I did not do this. I did not do that in this case, because I still can read it. But it's barely readable. But I sort of can read it. I can distinguish, what those, or I can identify what those applications are. But yeah, medyo mahirap kasi maliliit yun. So pag ganun, like what I said, just ask them politely, can you make your screen larger so that I can see better, because it's the text or the labels are quite small. Yes, yeah. Not yet. I have integrated Kajabi with another CRM system, but not migrated. But I know that you can migrate it. There's an instruction for migrating courses from Kajabi to Kailangan. Again, here she was asking me if I have migrated Kajabi to high level, and I said I haven't done that, which is correct. I mean, which is true. I haven't done that, but I mentioned something that I have integrated Kajabi with another marketing automation system. So why did I say that? Because because here you're saying something that is sort of negative because you haven't done you haven't done something yet. So in a way that is negative. Parang wala kang experience doon. But I have to add a positive statement in order to medyo parang in order to balance the negative statement that I said in the beginning, which is true. I mean, I'm not going to tell them na I did if I haven't done it yet. So to balance that out, I told them that I have integrated Kajabi. This shows that I am familiar with Kajabi. I know the system and that I have in a different capacity worked with it. So I have integrated Kajabi with another system. So you can use this as well whenever, like for example, if they're asking you kung may experience ka ba sa ganito and you don't have experience in that particular skill or particular application, make sure to try to find how you can turn that into a positive answer by saying or by trying to find an experience that is relevant to that particular question. So that's the reason why I said I have integrated Kajabi with another marketing automation system. And also, again, I also said that I know that there are instructions that you can follow on how to integrate Kajabi with Go High Level because I know that there is. So yeah, so that's how I try to balance the negative statement or the negative answer by providing positive statement or positive answer to the question. I would I would always advise clients to just keep their website on WordPress because there are functionalities of in WordPress that you cannot find in like the website in a CRM system. Especially if you have your website already set up and it's working, it's much better to keep it. What you can do is you can create funnels or landing pages in the CRM system or in Go High Level instead. So that would be I think that would be the better option if you have the website already set up. So here's another question about, well, it's not really about the feature, but they were asking because in the Go High Level system you can create website. They're asking if they should create their website in Go High Level instead. So currently their website is created in WordPress. So I think I gave a good answer based on what I know, based on my knowledge. Maybe I could have said it better, said it differently, I don't know. But yeah, I think in this case it's good. I still believe that it's much better to have your website separately on a different platform, especially if you already have it there, if it's already set up and complete and everything, rather than migrate it to within another system. There will be lots of work. Maybe I should have given more like the advantage and the disadvantage of doing that instead of just saying that I would recommend it to just keep the website in WordPress. But later in the interview, I remember I also said something that's relevant to that, wherein I said that, for example, if you are switching to another system and you have the website in that system, then you will have to recreate the website. So yeah, so I guess I could have just improved on my answer by giving like the pros and cons. It is possible for you to set up or build landing pages that looks the same as the website. Although it probably won't look exactly the same because you're using two different platforms, but you will get like a very similar page. Um, The thing with having a website in a CRM system like Go High Levels is, for example, if you decide to switch to another CRM system, meaning that you have to rebuild your website all over again. So that's why it's much better if you have your website on like a content management platform like WordPress, and then just have the funnels and the landing pages. For the membership, I'm trying to remember if it's possible for you to design the membership, the dashboard or the interface of the membership. So that one I need to check into. But yeah, unfortunately, I think that's a trade-off when you're using two different systems. You cannot make two both look exactly the same, but it is possible to make them as similar as possible. So I think in this question I stumbled a bit. The question was because it's related to her first question about building the website within the Go Kailangan system. And the reason why she wanted to do that because she wanted to have like a universal look and feel on the website. So she showed me how their course page or courses page look a bit different. I don't ask to be honest. I don't see. I mean I see the difference, but I don't feel the. It doesn't look disjointed. Meaning the courses website still look similar to the rest of the website, or the courses page still looks similar to the rest of the website. It doesn't have maybe it doesn't have exactly the same header, exactly the same footer, which is common because they're using a different platform for the courses page, and then the website is in WordPress. So I think I did not explain this. I did not explain this correctly, or I did not was not able to explain what I have in mind in a way that is clear. So medyo, like what I said, I stumbled a bit on this question. And what I wanted to say was that it's a trade-off. So because you're using two different platforms, um, you cannot make them look exactly the same. Or maybe what I'm trying to say is not the correct way. So maybe if you have like any suggestions on how you would have answered this question. But what I wanted to say was that because you're using two different platforms, that is a trade-off. And you can make them look similar. You can have the same kind of theme, but of course you cannot make them look exactly the same. And that was what I wanted to say. And then I said something like in Go High Level in the membership feature, I'm not also sure if you can uh, make the membership interface exactly the same as the website. So, yun, hindi ko lang siguro siya nasabi ng maayos or ng maganda. Kaya, I don't know, I'm not sure, maybe this is something that I need to think about whenever questions like this arise in my interviews on how to um, express it better. So if you have like any suggestions, you can feel free to um, uh, put them in the comments. Go High Level, actually, they have a lot of automations when sending emails. You can send email right away. You can send email as a scheduled time. You can send email in rip mode. So meaning you can, if you have like email sequences, you can schedule that, or you can send it. You can schedule it to be sent in batches, and then you can or in drip mode, and then you can also use the workflows depending on, and then you can set conditions on when do you want to send the email, and also when do you want to send the follow-ups to those emails. So for example, you send the second sequence after they replied or opened the first email. So things like that. There's so many things that you can do. As for sending, as for the spam and emails going to the spam folder or emails not being received, actually I've handled two marketing automation applications, and none of them really guarantees that the email will go to the inbox of the recipient, because there are many factors that affects this, and often it's not the marketing automation system, it's actually the server, or the server on the client side or server on the recipient side, that affects if your emails will go to the inbox or will go to the spam folder. So there are things that we can do. There are like best practices that we can do to increase your chances of going to, or increase your chances that the email that you send will go to the inbox. So I often recommend using what I call the mail tester. It's a tester that you can use. You can send your email to that tester, and then that tester will show you the likelihood of your email going to the spam or going to the inbox. So things like that, and also best practices like don't send emails with too many images, for example. That is one of the things that we found out when we were testing emails for our clients, that when you send an email with too many images, especially large images, they almost always go to the spam folder. As for using a different server, Go High Level has their own server. They call it the Lead Connector Mail System, I believe. And I don't think there's a difference using that server to having your own server. So I am not sure why uh, that person would recommend to have like a different server. Most of our clients, they use the inbuilt or the native email server. I'll go high level. Okay, so here she was asking about emails, particularly that she wanted to make sure that their emails do not go to the spam folder. And she mentioned that somebody, presumably somebody that they were interviewing also for the position, said that they need to have their own server in order to avoid their email from going to the spam folder. So I kind of like my answer to this question. I think she asked some other things regarding email as well, and I kind of, like I said, I kind of like my answer to this to her questions here. And if you notice that in the beginning I was like speaking faster, that means that I am confident with the answers that I'm giving. So I was discussing about the different ways on how they can send emails and the different features that are related to email sending. So I guess when you're confident and when you know what you're talking about, it shows. It shows because it shows in the way you speak, and it shows also kind of like you know that what you're doing. You can imagine those things. So I think it shows here somehow. So and then she asked about the spam, or yeah, how to prevent emails going to the spam folder, which I also answered. And while I believe that my answers are correct. So this that can be like I don't know, it can be up for debate on whether it depends on the marketing automation tool or the different other factors that will determine if your email will go to the spam folder. So I think my answers are correct. It's just that I could have delivered it better. I could have, in a more, I mean, yeah, I could have expressed my ideas in better, or parang mas maayos ko sanang na-construct yung aking thoughts and how I I explained that often it's not really the marketing automation tool, but it's a combination of different factors that will determine if your email will go to the spam folder. So yun lang. So maybe I could have improved on that, on the delivery, on the structure of my answer. But I think the answer is correct. So regarding the spam, regarding them needing to set up their own server in order to avoid the emails going to the spam, that is medyo, I was kind of taken aback by that question because I haven't encountered that, to be honest. And like what I said in my answer, our clients have just been using the built-in um, mail server in Go High Level, and they don't have any problems with it. Pero what I could have added, because I know a bit more about that. I know like there's some things regarding using the built-in server that I feel is important for them to know if they are deciding if they want to use Go High Level or not. So yun lang, medyo nakalimutan ko, and also because maybe I'm nervous. So my advice is just to always have like presence of mind. Don't try to, kumbaga parang kasi kung medyo mas relax ka, kasi I feel like in this interview, I'm a bit nervous. I was, yeah, I've done many interviews before, so I still feel nervous whenever I do an interview. And I think in this case, medyo nervous ako ng konti, maybe because the previous questions, I wasn't sure if I answered them correctly. So here, I could have said it better also. I could have delivered it in a different way that will make it sound better. But I think all the answers, I will not change them, um, including the one regarding the spam, where what I wanted to say was that I don't have any experience, or we have not experienced any problems, or I don't, because I wasn't sure, to be honest. I wasn't sure if setting up their own server will prevent spam. I don't think it will. Um, but I could have said it better, like what I said. So even now, I'm trying to look for words or to say, to express my opinion. But I think overall the answers to that question is okay. It's accurate. It's correct, but the delivery is something that I need to improve on. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yes, you can, but you need to purchase an SMS number. So uh, I believe on their Instagram, you need to have an integration with Instagram to be able to do that. But no, sorry, uh, I stand corrected. There is a social media feature inside Go High Level where you can post messages but not send messages. Okay, let me check on that because yes, I'm not sure if it's possible to send like direct messages in Instagram through High Level. Uh, that might be through. So here, medyo, I don't think I stumbled, but okay, because I misunderstood what she was asking about. I thought she was asking about sending SMS messages, but then she clarified that she meant Instagram DMs. So, and I am aware. I know that Go High Level has the social media feature, the social planner, but I kind of forgot about that. So immediately I said, okay, you need integration with Instagram. But then I take it back. I took it back. I said, okay, I stand corrected. No, they do have this social media feature which you can use to post. But then I realized, okay, she was asking about DMs, direct messages, not Instagram posts. So again, I took it back again. And then I said, okay, I'll look into it. So because I'm not sure if it's possible to post Instagram DMs through the system. And what I said here is I look into it. So this is something that I learned as in my work, where if you don't know something, it's much better to say I'll look into it. As long as you said it in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're not aware or something like that. Again, I don't think. I mean, I think my answer is good. My answer is correct. However, I could have again delivered it better, or instead of because I think I was straddled with but with the misunderstanding in the beginning, like medyo ano ko yun eh, parang in interviews whenever I feel like I misunderstood the question, medyo parang nararataw na ako. So I need to uh, practice on things, on situations like that where I need to understand the questions first, and even if you misunderstood, it's okay. Just keep presence of mind. And again, like what I said, it's okay to say that okay, I'll look into it. So because it sounded like you are being proactive rather than say I don't know, you can say okay, I'll look into it. So even if you don't know, even if you're saying you don't know, you're saying that I will um, learn about it. So that's also one way if like during an interview you encounter the question that you don't know the answer to, so just say I'll look into it. It's just that in this particular question I did not deliver that properly, so that's the thing that I want to improve on, especially with situations like this. Yes, I have migrated clients using another system to Go High Level. So usually we start with like the basic. So I have like a step on how I do migrations. In your case, I believe I haven't asked. Do you have another system that you were migrating from, or? Okay. So okay. So this is the last question. She was asking about if I have experienced, or yeah, if I have migrated to Go High Level. She mentioned that it's going to be like a large project, and I have. So I said that I answered in my answer. And what I like about this answer is that I ask a question, and that is the first time that I did that, I think, in the whole interview, and which is also good. And I keep forgetting that asking question doesn't mean that you don't know something, or you don't know your. You don't know something. Actually, asking questions make you feel like you're being careful, or you're making sure that you understand something before giving an answer. So good thing I asked a question, because when she was asking if I have experience migrating to Go High Level, I have, but usually it's from another system. So I wasn't sure if, because I did not remember, or couldn't remember if she showed in the diagram. She showed me that there was like a system there, and then she said that they don't have. So it's basically you're starting from scratch. So that's also one tip. I don't know how you can use it. I guess the situation will arise that if the interviewer is asking you a question, if you see the opportunity to ask before you answer, then you will be able to answer or to give a more relevant answer. So I should have, I could have done that in the other questions as well, but good thing I was still able to do that in this particular question. So, and I think she was really trying to keep the interview within 15 minutes. So she told me that just send her my integration process or steps or the different stages. So yeah, kaya hindi ko na nasagot na hindi ko na I was trying to tell her or to explain to her that I have like steps in or I have like a process when my grading. So that's why she told me, okay, just send them to me, and then yeah, and then the interview ends here. So. Okay, sure, yeah, sure. Okay, thank you to Danielle. Sure, sure. I'll send you a message in Upwork if I do have questions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, so that's done. I know that for this particular job, there are a lot of submitted proposals. I'm not sure if she's interviewing all of those. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just hoping for the best. So overall, am I satisfied with the interview? I think it's okay. It's not the best that I've given, and I could have, like what I said in my commentary, I could have answered some of the questions better, or I could have structured my thoughts better, you know. And also that is the reason why I wanted to do this analysis or dissection of the interview, because it's going to be also a learning experience for me. But then hopefully you will learn something from it too. And then hopefully in my next interview I can improve on those things that I said that I need to improve on. But something that I noticed during the interview, and also something that's really important, is that how you appear. It's not like how if you look like beautiful or something like that, but how you appear. Do you appear confident? Do you appear nervous? I'm not sure. Maybe my nervousness is showing slightly. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know if how I'm perceived. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. How do you think I did? If I'm like if I look nervous or panicked or. But what I noticed is that I was blinking a lot, and I wasn't blinking because I was lying. Because I mean, when you blink a lot, in a conversation, you could be lying. I was blinking a lot because I have chronic dry eyes, and I have to blink a lot because my eyes hurt. So that's one thing. Was I smiling? Did I appear friendly? I'm not sure. My resting face is not really like a smiley face. It's like uh, in some of the questions you could see how my resting face look like. I don't really look that. Sometimes I don't really look friendly. So maybe that's something that I also can improve on my posture. Yun. Kasi minsan parang nakakapagod. Although this one is like 15 minutes, but I guess if the interview were longer, then I would like slouch or something like that. So yeah, something that I need to keep an eye on, your posture and the expressions. Although I couldn't really change my expressions. I couldn't force myself to smile. I tried to smile whenever I think I should smile, and whenever I feel like because I think what's important is that you have to look as honest as you can, while also looking confident and while also looking like you know what you're talking about. So yun, I don't know. I think it went well. It was okay. It wasn't terribly bad, but there are things that I need to improve on. So yeah, what do you think? If you have any comments or any feedback, that would be appreciated greatly. So and also hopefully that you learn something from this interview. Thank you. Bye.